Is it enough just to cut some staff for people to suddenly see this as a growth company with lots of potential again, Cory?
Well, people have seen a lot of things in GoPro that GoPro hasn't actually been able to deliver. So what they're going to see in it now, who knows if it's going to be any different this time. But they've announced significant cost cuts and abandoning a lot of the things, a lot of the story that GoPro came to the markets with when they did their IPO a few years back. Remember, the story here wasn't just a camera on a stick. The story was this is going to be a lot more. It was going to be an entertainment company. It was going to be that it wasn't just a way to shoot video. It was a way to actually own the video and own the media. They've pulled back on all of those efforts. Another round of layoffs here and cost cuts with hopes that the costs can get in line with what the revenues have been. The problem is the revenues have been getting smaller. The sales have been falling quarter after quarter. And if you look at the revenue, we've got some charts that actually show those revenue numbers. And as you can see, the revenue for this company is substantial at $541 million in the last quarter. Fourth quarter, of course, always big for a consumer electronics company. But in terms of growth, it's disconcerting for this company, where the company has been shrinking massively from what it was, with hopes that its drone business could turn that around. Also, those efforts seem to be failing as well.
Is it an Apple problem in the sense that they need new hardware, or is it more of a Snapchat problem, which hasn't manifested itself yet, in that it's looking for a message? It's saying it's a video, it's saying it's a proprietary video company, when really, I'm not sure if it is.
Yeah, well, I do think there's something to that, where a company doing an IPO wants to have a story of a secondary leg of growth that is yet to be seen. In GoPro's case, it wasn't just a camera and a stick. It was going to be that they were going to own the video, and somehow they could be an entertainment company, and therefore should get an entertainment company's kind of multiple. And so, in Snapchat's case, the notion that they're going to be a camera company, not just an advertising and app company. In both cases, those other businesses would have to prove themselves and prove to be a recurring source of revenue. So GoPro, just as a camera and a stick company, faces some enormous competition in the marketplace right now, where you've got lots of other companies out there coming out with cameras that can do GoPro-like things. They certainly have great brand recognition, and the cameras are really cool, but it's a question of valuation. Remember, this stock, while it's up a lot at $8.40, it also is a stock that was, at 10 times this price not all that long ago.
So, Cory, what are they doing? You say, the others have got brand recognition, cool products. What are they doing that GoPro isn't?
Well, in terms of one of the thoughts was that if they had a successful drone business, that would somehow match itself as a secondary leg of growth. But that business has also seen a lot of competition and not a very large market yet. So it's not as big a market as they've seen in the action sports market. The GoPro business, however, does show some really nice margins on a gross margin basis, and their hope is that they can keep those gross margins high, use that brand name recognition to sell at a higher price point than their competitors, and keep those margins intact so they can get to profitability. And at least today, the market seems to believe that more than it did yesterday.